Right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Imperator Rome Invictus Sogdia here on the Lord Master channel, in which as we load the game, Sogdia has expanded during the last few episodes, in which we have retaken most of the Sogdian homeland, but there's still a few areas that have yet to be taken where Sogdians live, and along with all the other brethren of the Bactrian culture group, as well as Bactrians themselves. But now, just recently, here at Samarkand, which is a capital that's still currently being expanded, which again, this is due to, as the edict from the king previously, that he encourages the people of Sogdian origin and many others to migrate to Samarkand, as this will be a great and grand city one day, even though it's not perfect compared to, some other cities like Alexandria Escata over there, because, it has a port and it's got a major river, and that's the important thing. Rivers, nearby river, and it's a farmland. Here, it's a hilly country, but no river, even though in real life actually there is a river that flows through Samarkand. Although it starts from up there, flows through there, and there, all the way to the Oxus or Amudaya as it's known today, which is the Zarafshan River. Which again, I know a lot about Sogdiana and Central Asian Silk Road in general, because I know my geography. I mean, there should have been a river that would have flown through here, and that would have given some benefits, so that's why it has some limitations, but nevertheless, this will be the premier capital of Sogdia, and also has to be a center of trade as well. As this is a regional center of trade here. Wow, here. So yes, this province is the site of the impressive fortification known as the Sogdian Rock. And after I did some looking up, regarding the locations of the said Sogdian Rock. So Petras, so they retained the Greek names here. So this was one of the fortifications that was located that we called it Sogdian Rock. But there's two other areas where they had that same thing. And it's also for the Bactrian missions as well. If you're playing as Bactrian. These two areas here can also build forts there. So it would be vital, for the sake of national defense, that we would be building mountain fortresses whenever we will expand one more time. And then, because, in order to guard against the possibility of Seleucid aggression against Sogdia one day. Especially if the going gets tough and we would have to retreat to the mountains, then we'll build forts there. So I am considering, even though there's already this, we could build two more fortresses if we have the money and the other means to do so. I mean, you got so many forts in this country. Don't forget the one that's in the mountain pass. It's basically the gateway to the Taran Basin, as well as Kashgar and Pishan, which I'm still considering about building a city here. But to do that, you need a lot of gold, not political influence, which we do, but we don't want to overspend. Which is in order to enact this national decision down here. But you gotta have a city, and a population has to be 40, and a number of goods produced from there is 3. So, I mean, it produces 1 jade. Getting a city built will produce 2. And get 17 slaves population, unless there is something to reduce that. Give me a moment. Let me look at, where's that structure, that base resource production? That. Foundries. But you need the invention, centralized production. or build mills, which slaves needed for local surplus to get it. That's something that we have to pay more attention to, is the economy here before we will save our money to expand this army, and which is currently ran by a disloyal tribune now, which he is the pretender. He's got a few loyal cohorts. In fact, half of them are loyal. Let me see. And also, there's a few cohorts that are loyal to me, and me only. So the army's kind of divided right now. Even though I cannot lead an army, because I'm supposed to lead levies. And we have the manpower to expand this army here, Sogdian army, where we would have to, well, first get this man back on our side. The easiest way to do that is obviously bribe him, give him some money. In fact, how much of my personal wealth do I have? Enough. Also, you can take that tag off. You don't need to worry about brother anymore. Because that man, he's not qualified. But I am. And also, in the middle of claiming a holding for myself. That how many holdings do I own? 1. I'll be more than happy to take it off of him. So I'll let that plot, you know, keep going. 54% chance that he'll succeed to attempt to steal. Make a little more money for myself. Now, gotta bribe him, but there is a flaw to that. You will gain 1 corruption. And I have no corruption in me. But a little bit of corruption doesn't hurt, so as long as we get him back on our side. Standard chance, chance reduced by his current power base, which is 20. If you really want to get rid of him, despite all the things that he did in his service being one of the most effective generals. But he's got arthritis, and we hope he gets well soon. Because I am not spending the state treasury to get him treated. The other alternative is, oh, let's just be friends with this man. I mean, I have no friends, so okay. Let's just make friends here as an alternative. Get him back on our side. No need to bribe him. So we got that settled. Also, I do have 1 innovation, but I'm kind of divided on which one I should go for. I mean, I'd like to go this way for more discipline and heavy cavalry discipline and less cost. But however, I have this on the planning mode screen that we want to get this for even more fort defense, just to show that Sogdiana will defend itself against any threat. And when they get to a fort, they're going to have a hard time trying to siege it down. Even the largest armies that would come here. Again, preparing ourselves for possible Seleucid aggression in the far future. And then there's more fort defense. And then there's more fort defense. My goodness. And this is for siege abilities. And look, even more fort defense with the garrison size and growth. Well, meanwhile, over there, this is all naval related things, which honestly, we should never go for that because we are more of an inland country rather than seafaring. All we have is the rivers. And the Navy here is strictly for transport, which we'll have to expand on that as we would expand our army as well. While over there in civic advances, I have plans to, you know, go for these as you know, we'll be building more things. More free province investments. More capital import routes, import value. I mean, that'd be great. Yeah, we did that because it was wishful thinking that we were trying to get into contact with the Seleucids just to try to do that other task, but we had to do it the hard way 2 episodes ago. But nevertheless, it's good to have more diplomatic range, which means more contacts of other nations that would be willing to trade with us, and in turn import some of the resources that we do not have. The trade goods, I should say. Having more diplomatic relations is always good, just to get rid of that flaw of the Sogdian heritage. Less aggressive expansion would be grand. But here's the big one, which I'm thinking, when we get 2 innovations, start with this, and then get this next, which would be excellent when you expand the army, when that time is right. While I'm trying to befriend this man first before we could do so. Oh, and also, here's another thing. Because Ratsh has led us to stunning victory after victory over our enemies, seizing the mighty citadels in a region with an ease that belies the difficulty, he has become known as the Besieger, a name that is most surely deserved. But in actuality, this is a political move just to call himself that for propaganda. Even though it's his father who is the real conqueror. But he is just carrying on his legacy. A few short years ago, we achieved what it seemed like it would be impossible, but it is true. Alexandria Escate, Chiropolis, and Samarkand, the 3 most important cities in our region, have all fallen to our forces and will remain part of our dominions forever. Because Ratsh Palaoketes Besieger has led our forces to countless victories. The nickname Palaoketes or Besieger is being used regularly by foreigners to refer to him, a development that he has accepted with aplomb. There still remains many cities for me to take. Of course, Bactria proper, Sogdiana, and Typuria, which we're trying to get Typuria on our side here, while we continue to reduce the aggressive expansion. Because we're going to try to get them on our side, become a feudatory under us. Which, mind you, anybody within the Bactrian culture group can be offered feudatories, as we Sogdians are of Bactrian culture group as well. So we'll continue to improve relations, and then we will have an alliance with them and befriend the ruler, and then, and only then, he can become a feudatory. And hey, we have the same first name, but he's ailing. Just pray that nobody attacks you, and then we'll be with you. If anybody attacks you, they are attacking me, basically. And we can go to war against Bactria again, with the Seleucid on their side. But mind you, we do have claims of all these areas that remains. Except Transoxus, which we gotta fabricate a claim on that for future reference. So that way when we annex all of what is left of Bactria, then we will have less aggressive expansion to worry about. Yes. But in the meantime, let's focus on here, befriending our unruly tribune, and the economy, which is something I kind of overlooked on something. No, not this trade overview. This regional trade. these cities here have a level 1 trade center. In which my issue. Bactria is level 2 center of trade. Scythia, well, not much. Although you can upgrade them if you wish. And you could upgrade all of these. But makes you wonder, what does Samarkand have to take in order to become regional center of trade here? Again, at the moment we're currently building a library. I'd like to have more citizens, so perhaps we should build a citizen district. And since we're going to have more people migrating here, we better increase the, better build an aqueduct. So yes, regional centers of trade. Set production focus. Slaves needed for local surplus. Isn't there one for jade? Yeah. So again, these modifiers gain when at least 75% of production of the trade good is controlled. So this is just a, you know, it's like we can export some of these and then we'll make a good fortune about it, even though we don't have anything that's modifying the export value. Definitely do for the imports. Control of regional trade. But anyways, let's continue on this series as we have a low legitimacy now. To increase that, we need to demand oaths of allegiance. No, that's... Oh, it's this one, to increase legitimacy. But it ups a bit of tyranny for that. But it'll cost less, it's cheap. But, should we worry about that? We only have one disloyal pretender at the moment. If it gets out of hand, then we'll take care of that issue. Of all the ways of making friends, a gift is perhaps both the oldest and simplest. In a world of politics, wealth is shared generously and unconditionally has more influence than kind words or affection. How much friendship is it worth? Give him a lot of money, because he deserves it. So he's just going to be stationed up here at the moment. Spitaminis is dead. He was a friend of the primary, yeah, which is my older brother. Ah, speaking of family, I'm also married to this person, which I sometimes wish that, you know, I kind of want to get rid of her because, look at this. Yes, it's nice to have zeal, but I got low finesse. I need somebody to help me, you know, compensate that. And also I'm getting a little bit of that experience because, you know, if you need a new focus perk, then since I got low finesse, and doesn't that affect Ruler finesse. Yeah, commerce. It affects that. Better improve that. Although I wouldn't mind a martial ability being up a little more, but civic is going to be the main focus here. Let's go for commerce focus. Which one up the finesse a bit? All we want to do is just make a lot of money. A lot more money means more buildings, and more buildings means more improvements, and of course money to spend to expand our army. Burris is the target of a brazen outspoken critic who has been provoking his ire for some time. It seems the loudmouth is protected by political opponents of Burris and believes himself to be untouchable. This could be an excellent opportunity to impress him. A little bit of tyranny, which actually makes the aggressive expansion go down a little faster. But since I'm a very charismatic person, this tyranny ordeal is going to go away very fast. A priest, the unknown glider, has recently risen to great prominence in Iran, drawing huge crowds and by all accounts putting on a peerless show. A well-placed boxer could easily win over Buzz. I'll take the popularity hit. I may not be that popular, but damn it. We'll deal with that soon. Okay, befriended him. Just wait 1 month for it to register just to see where his loyalty lies. Burris, the commander of one of our most prestigious armies, the only one, has presented a request to be acknowledged officially as a man of recognized noble stature. This sudden outrageous demand was accompanied by a public proclamation of inadequacies of our own royal house, which surely harm our standing to say to this demand. Oh, God dog it! What are you doing to me? You got all big-headed. Certainly not. We're taking a stability hit for that. I would not acknowledge that. We're supposed to be friends, damn it. Withheld nobility. His power base is going to keep going up. And mind you, he's the pretender to the throne. That's because of Mother. That's where the connection comes from. Why does he have a claim? I am not harming my legitimacy like this. Not pregnant yet, but sometimes I just wish that okay, what costs more? It's like, would you divorce your spouse or bring on a child, which leads to imprisonment, which is an automatic divorce anyway? Let me see, like, if you divorce it, you gain tyranny, but you spend political influence, and it'll make you even less popular. Bringing her to trial, to imprison her, will, again, high chance of success, which there will be few events to improve on that. but you don't lose popularity or political influence. And maybe after a trial, I could get some popularity back. Who knows? I'm thinking about it. It's a stupid move, but hopefully maybe we could marry somebody from that family he belongs to, just to improve relations. Because clearly, he's not going to let this go. He's not going to get away with this. Screw it. A religious woman she may be, but we're going to bring her on trial. We have a high chance of a prisoner, but further events as the trial goes along will improve upon it. But remember, as soon as you have her imprisoned, that's an automatic divorce. Yes, that means more tyranny, which is bad and no good to nobody. But do what you gotta do. The atmosphere is dark in the court of Sayas. The accused is brought to head hanging before the king, Sayas. The well-loved and competent leader has finally gone one step too far. Keen to expedite the trial, the examiner formally addresses King Ratsh, asking what crime Sayas stands accused of. Abuse of office is a serious matter. I'll get some popularity back. So this will increase our success chance by a small amount. As matters progress in the trial of Sayas, an unexpected figure enters the court, flanked by burly soldiers. Ratsh takes a seat beside Sayas and whispers in her ear. Sayas nods and rises to speak once again. It appears she now vouched for by Ratsh of the Adsan family. We should tread carefully as Ratsh will consider. What's up with the people with similar names? I'll make sure not to name my future child after me. Well, we make a lot of good money these days, so perhaps he, the marshal, can be reasoned with. So, success chance will neither be gained nor lost as a result. 68% chance. Come on, he needs something better. During a dull and frankly amateurish defense, Sayas works herself into quite a tricky situation. We remain unsure quite how, or rather professing innocence. Sayas seems to have mistakenly assumed that she was acting on behalf of the prosecution and accused herself of a wide variety of crimes. Now it might be a good chance to push the advantage. By a large amount. We're still spending that political influence anyway, so invest in a few favors and turn this to a win. The court falls deathly silent as the magistrate clears his throat and falters and pipes up in a weary voice. Find Sayas Sogdian guilty of all charges. The entire building shakes the uproar of all present. The royal guards see Sayas and march away to the dungeon. Her fate is ours to decide now. Success! You imprison her. I gained some of that popularity because this is legit. And now automatic divorce. Now keep in mind, he did this at his own behest. It's just, it's like, ooh, I want a woman in my life. And by the time we become a king, and we can roleplay the fact that his advisor is like, you know, your father, he had considered finding a match for you, and Aisha is the right one for it. And so after they take some convincing, he's like, all right, bring her to trial. Okay, but look for age and skill. Okay, start from the youngest downwards. Oh dear, bunch of old women. My zeal is 4. Unfortunately, it's too. Oh, god dang it! It's worse. And they're all old. Even though there are some better skilled than me, but. I mean, the only logical choice is Shan, who is, you know, the daughter of the High Priest. Youngest daughter of the High Priest. As he has poor health due to arthritis right now. So I wonder how you could force other people's divorces, but you don't need to do that. So, the only logical choice would be... or the alternative is to seek a spouse, which I'll have to pay, and then find a suitable spouse. But unfortunately, this is going to lead to, you know, all of this. But it's going to have to be her. You know, she's a bit older than the one I imprisoned. She'll have to do. Oh, by the way, what's your... Yeah, just one more thing. She's currently depressed as she's ailing. Oh dear. Jealous, blunt, no wonder what occurs is all because of your personality. And is confident. There's me. After careful deliberation, assessment of potential spouses, great deal of research to various bloodlines' heritage, some of their sides, aids, initiated offered a marriage to Ratsh of Exodus. The envoy reports that the young man, which is me, is all soon receiving the news. You know, I should have been the one doing that. Instead, we're doing it the other way around. So, marry, and I gain loyalty rather than her. Should have done the other way, but oh well. So, we got this solved. If only we could bring that man to trial. But we can also reward veterans to get some of those cohorts off of him. And then bring him to trial. So we can, you know, get rid of him, since I try to befriend him. But clearly, that idea isn't going to work. He asks for something and he's not going to get it. He's got a lot of supporters. Lots of them. Because my legitimacy has been called into question. Hence the reason of his disloyalty. Many of the supporters of there. Again, all 36 of them. They'd rather have the war veteran. But he's not of the ruling family. Anyways, in the meantime, he's a second. Not quite there yet. Ally with him, then he'll be a client state. That's my idea. But there is another country that I want to improve relations with. Unfortunately, they are all Tokarians. So it'll be easy to get them all on our side. All of them must become feudatories. So I'm willing to improve relations with every single one of you. all of the Tara Basin will be under my control, in a way. All of you will become feudatories. Okay, it's this one you missed. So it's like, yes, they're all together. And they're not gonna fight each other, but they're all gonna come under my fold. Gotta pull them in. And this one, I would rather declare war against you. Once I have a claim on you in future. And as for you, wait a couple of months, then offer an alliance, and then come to the fold. Don't let Typuria give away. It is possible to have him as a feudatory, which is a step closer to completing this final goal of this mission and the major goal of this series in general. But I still would also love to fight Bactria. And don't forget, you must go to war against Parthia for Kamaria. For Amul. Don't forget about that. But we still got to deal with the domestic situation first. Such as call myself legitimate and deal with this man somehow. He may have a lot of cohorts that are loyal to him. Add more civilization to it. Oh, since you have your ex imprisoned, what are you gonna do with her? You can banish, which hurts the prestige of the family. Execute her, why would I know if I would do that? Flogging just hurts the health. Makes less oil, and it's not a popular move. Sell under slavery, which you get a bit of tyranny, but there's also a little bit of money on that, which is based on skills, but however, you don't want to piss off the family as a whole. 1% chance of succeeding. I think we'll just let her rot for the time being. And remember, despite this, we're not too far away from possible civil war. Parthian revolt. Oh my goodness. And also Khwarizmi revolt. Boy, those people over there. We could take advantage of the Parthian situation now. Because they're in revolt. While the Seleucid revolt is still ongoing, and my goodness! They took Babylon! Originally, the Seleucid revolt came from there. The Bactrian armies supporting the revolt are gaining momentum again. The Seleucia here, the capital, still holding, but no evidence of it being besieged. I think I kind of recall that Oh, we also did not notice that due to the chaos of the Seleucid revolt, the Ptolemaic kingdom took advantage of this and took these areas that used to be part of Seleucid territory. Persis stands with the Seleucid revolt, but not involved in the war. Strange. It is a Hindu country, but Ashoka is a Jain, not a Buddhist. But he's still in good health. But nevertheless. So, I feel that we ought to take advantage of this. Like, just take that. And then we would get what we want. And there's also a bit of a Scythia Magna, which it's got step horses. Just take what little territory is there. While we let the rebels, you know, kill each other. Let them kill each other. I'll take advantage of this. But we can't do that because we got a disloyal army out there. And it's also going to take a while to prepare the troops. The levies from everybody, except maybe those from Sogdian locally, which I still can manage an army. In Scythia, Bactriana. Yeah, this is going to require a lot of moving around before we will position our troops there and another here to take everything and then take the main objective. Where is their provincial capital? Here. Okay. There's no fortifications here. So, manpower's at the max. I guess we should make that move. And plus, when the war starts, then he'll be moving on his own again. But I still really want to get rid of him. Despite all the great service he's done for us. But it's because of those pretenders. They're supporting him big time. He even asks something and he's not going to get it. So much local politicking. Okay. Raise all the levies. Position to the border. Get over here. Go pick them up. And try to get here. In any way you can. And you by the border. But hey, I'm gonna get a little bit of popularity out of this myself. Lead an army to victory. A group of soldiers belonging to the army of Buz has, while stationed on a peaceful deployment, absconded in order to pillage a nearby city of so that's where he's stationed. Oh my goodness. Look at this. What is more concerning is that Buz is refusing to punish his legions, citing extreme loyalty as a reason. We are left in a disagreeable position, having to choose between forcing our general to crucify his own soldiers or appearing weak and soft. We can't help but feel that Buz knows precisely what he is doing. He's no longer a popular man. But I don't want to have corruption in my conscience. We lose a bit of that manpower, so it must be decimation. So it's been loaded now. For the next 2 years. You've gone too far. You've gone too far, man. I'm willing to pay. Lower cohorts is a big addition to his power base. So up to 4, so that's it. No cohorts are loyal to him now. Just wait for a moment. Was the Chancellor, but a minor character. Another minor character, silver-tongued. You'll do. This will definitely help to bring it down more. Barbarians have risen in Overhaul. Over there on that side. Why am I even friends with you? As stated before, you have gone too far. Now we have a standard chance of success now that he's got no lower cohorts. I can't believe we're gonna do another trial. First was a divorce of my spouse, and now I'm gonna put a trial on this man who just looted one of our cities after I told him to stop. We were friends, man. What happened? But most importantly, this is a political move because that man is a pretender to the throne, or was. In fact, what happened to that? Okay, now all the supporters have come back to me. By me, I mean towards my brother, the primary heir. He has no pretender support now. So they're finally coming around. We decimated that army. So as we stated before, we've realized that he's come too far. You were a great man, but now we're well aware of your condition of arthritis, but clearly something that's been happening has gone to your head. Him being lashed doesn't help. But try to be forgiving, huh? There can be no forgiveness for the crime that you committed against this city. It's your order. And I had to pay the veterans off so they don't become loyal to you. So. Said. We were good friends, but I guess I was too naive. Bring you on trial now. He has commanded those cohorts, but none loyal to him now. But a few of them are loyal to me, because I was under command for some time. We worked together, but now this is going to increase the tyranny even more, but hopefully there shall be no more tyranny after this. The atmosphere is dark in the court as Burz is accused is brought, head hanging before the king. Burz, known as the foremost military mind of our nation, has finally gone one step too far. Yes, he did. Keen to expedite the trial, the examiner formally addresses King Ratsh, asking what crime Burris stands accused of. The use of office is a serious matter. Increase my popularity a little further. As the hours draw on, members of the court begin to grow weary with the constant questioning of Overhaul and drama. Burris finally takes the floor, waxing lyrical on the subject of his eternal loyalty to Sogdia. As Burris speaks, a curious smile creases his face. It seems whilst drawing up the details of the accusation, our examiners had neglected to check the whereabouts of Burris the eve of his supposed criminal activity. He was, in fact, visiting Sogdia, a small country, on a diplomatic mission. Let it be known that those people over there are all liars. During a dull and frankly amateurish defense, he works himself into quite a tricky situation. We remain unsure quite how, but rather than professing innocence, seems to have mistakenly assumed that he was acting on behalf of the prosecution, had accused himself of a wide variety of crimes. Now it's a good chance to push to the advantage. We got to do it! The court falls deathly silent as the magistrate clears his throat and falters pipes the radio voice. Files, Burris, Overhaul, guilty of all charges. The entire building shakes the uproar of all present. The court guard seized Burris and marched him to his dungeon. His fate is ours to decide. Now, success. So he's no longer in command. We have imprisoned him, and now I've become a popular monarch, even though tyranny is still prevalent here. But this will help reduce the aggressive expansion go down even further. But fortunately with my high charisma, and I am known to be a charismatic man myself, but for now let's restructure this. Let's add some commanders. How are you, old man? Perfect health? Alright. You're in. Who else wants to be part of it? We need loyal men. Forgiving, devout, content. Oh, perfect. We need a loyalist here. We need another loyal man. Even if it's someone less skilled. Someone's got to play tag along. Ah, Brother Artaxerxes. You come in now. So, Barakat. The old man will be leading the Legion now. Although not a ritualistic, which is mildly concerning. Will do. When he gets ill, then let him be. Now, to us. Come here. Come here. He's coming. Barbarians on the loose. If they're coming down. You're gonna have to take care of this. Go on, stop him. It's just one heavy cavalry. You got him. $13,000 in position. Navy in position, which you'll get on board now. And you will sail up to Amo. Make a quick get. And in the meantime, Parnia, Tapuria. Let's have an alliance between us. But now the question is, will it be enough to make it a feudatory? Yes, it is enough. Now, Pyrenea. We'll make you a client state. They shall. We'll talk to you again in a month. Get to the position. Actually, wait here. During wartime, we're going to drop you off to here. Don't take that provincial capital. They got a citizen district, a shrine, a mill, and a noble district. You're with us now. So now we got that. It says owned by Sogdia or their subject. Now you're a client state, which will integrate you one day. Isn't this beautiful? Start the war on January 10th. We're taking advantage of this mess. Khotan and Kutcha will automatically join our war, but obviously they don't need that. They don't need to do that. Disloyal subjects, huh? Talk to me again. If you really think so. Plus, there's money to loot this city. That's why I said, let me go first. Tramaria is the objective. We're going to finish this goal. And then after that, expand our army. If we have a Lord General, that is. And then we will take care of the rest of Bactria, what remains of it. Land here. Head to Bahoro. I will move to Amal. The Seleucid revolt just hired some mercenaries. Of course they do. Because they get all the money by looting. Loyalists have retaken Babylon. It's cavalry. Use deception. Good call. Good call. Take Crosby. We'll take Crumstead. Take what you can get. Spada, that's their first professional army, but it's weak at the moment. Hold on now. Price of all oats. Long-running sordid affair between King Ratsh and a noblewoman named Sogdiana has, though their carelessness, resulted in a child. There is no doubt that Ratsh is the father. And Sogdiana, successfully managed to keep the pregnancy a secret even from her husband. If we acknowledge that the child would be a great risk, for it poses a threat to other successors of Rome, and its very existence is an insult to the family of consort. The wife of the admiral. And better finesse than me. I wish you were married me. In fact, I can. But this is a terrible, terrible move. Because, you know, you're going to start a civil war with that. Huge drop in legitimacy. You even really want to do that? But that we gotta get rid of this child, and my wife will be loyal, even though, I mean, there's a bit of age difference, you know, slightly older than the other. Greedy, assertive, cautious, sarcastic. Wife of the admiral. The one who provides transport for the fleets. Oh, speaking of which, I want you to head to Alexandria, Scotland. I forgot about this little regiment. Oh my god, do you really want to do that? Do you really want to do that? Do you really want to do that? I didn't impregnate you, right? No. We're at least skilled, but we did it out of circumstance. And plus, she's a terrible personality. All my children, which are none, except this one, but the pretenders will lose the loyalty. You're gonna start a potential civil war with what you're about to do, and it's also gonna cause much more instability than ever before. Sogdiana will be my wife. I'm willing to take the risk. The admiral will be disloyal. So is her. And I will marry the admiral's wife. Legitimacy takes a big drop, and so does the stability. I'm willing to go for it. So, yes, I'm married to her, even though she's a bit ailing, but her health will improve over time. Whatever illness she had in the past, don't worry, my dear. You're over it now. And plus, I'm married into that prominent family that I was wanting to improve relations with. The same family that Burrs belongs to. Ratsh is the name of it. No. This is just gonna spite my brother. You're gonna be Artaxerxes. It is Hold on. Is that even a correct spelling? Look that up, Lord Master. Bring it up on your notes. I mean, that's what I'm going to name my child. Artaxerxes. Yeah, you got Arta, then X-E-R-X-E-S. Yes. Artaxerxes. Yeah, that's how it's spelled. I am going to hell for this. Or whatever the hell that is in the ritualistic faith. Now, you made it worse than before. So, monthly tyrannies can go up a bit. So I'm willing to spend a political influence to increase my legitimacy. And then do it again. So, that's 5 years. So I don't know if it stacks. Actually it does, because it says 0.5, but not 0.10. So unfortunately the reign of Ratsh is going to be one of not so good, but a bit of an egoist. Is another thing about that. So I will have the honor of taking this city for myself. We're about to engage the army with low morale. Ratsh has led his men to glorious victory during the siege. The enemy flee in disgrace. All it is up to is decide how to treat the residents within. Needless to say, the spoils of war likely caused those back at Samarkand to admire him greatly, but leaving such wealth in the hands of one man could cause problems in future. Let the men roam freely. Actually doing this other option, and let the levies be loyal to me. No one else but me. I'm a conqueror. I can't pick up that cruel trait. So none shall hide. Some of that money goes to me personally and to the state. So nobles are killed here, while I become a bit more popular, which helps increase the legitimacy of it. Got him. Cuckold. Yes, I'm a cuckold. Okay, we got Bohemia. We'll take this bit of Scythia Magna, and that'll be all the areas that we have claims to. We'll leave the rest of this alone. And all this money that I've accumulated, I'm going to prove the legitimacy. So I will begin delving into the ancestry of the bloodline. So I will begin to prove legitimacy. Until the scheme ends, when Sogdia will gain 5 legitimacy. When the ambition is fulfilled, as this will always succeed. So we're going to keep doing that a lot. So those who question my legitimacy, we're going to prove them wrong in the future. Though the Admiral will never forgive me for this. It is going to Alexandria Scota as I ordered. taking the objective. Give us a moment. There. Now, take this bit, and then we got it. These are the other parts of Coesmia. Which, of course, that means to be separated from the Seleucids. Which I don't know if it's a good idea to declare war on the Seleucids just to take these parts of what we wanted. Since they're in the middle of this big revolt, which has now spilled to there. And a large swath of land, due to the help of the Bactrian army, they're slowly becoming a rump state at the moment. Perhaps we should take advantage of that situation and get all this. They can't go through there, they'll have to deal with the Bactrians. Perhaps we'll deal with the Bactrians later. And don't forget, make those 3 feudatories when you get an alliance with them in a later time. Okay, give us what we want. Chamria, this. And yeah, and that too. Because that's technically part of Coesmia. Yes. So this is all we can get. We can't get this because it's not connected together. Because the Seleucids are in the way. So I'm willing to take that. That's a good get. It was a short war, but with minimum casualties. Yes. Just as I wanted. Little military experience gained. How do you feel about me? Despite what I just did. I know many people ask me, you are not like your father. So, when the Macedonian armies first marched to our lands, catching us unawares and sending us north after a humbling defeat, many thought that this would be the end of Sogdian power. But they were mistaken. Our wise men tell us that the gods conspired to send a promised one to restore us to our previous glory. Now that the hour of triumph is upon us, we shall acknowledge the living God that walks among us. I will be very popular, and I will gain victorious, and I will gain 3 zeal from currently 4, so it will go up to 7 zeal as a skill. Which, as a reminder, people, what does zeal do for a character? So, I recall, yes, that's for stability. And we need to ensure stability by becoming more zealous. The Apotheosis of Sogdia. Though the costs paid by our kingdom have been staggering, all know that our people would have been utterly destroyed if not for the leading hand of Ratsh, the Sogdia. In recent memory, our people were evicted from our ancient homelands and sent to wander the deserts and mountains as nomads. Despite this unbelievable change in our fortunes, Ratsh was able to save the spark of our fire from being extinguished forever. Now, in our hour of triumph, who can claim that Ratsh was not sent by the gods to restore us? Who can gaze upon the works and he has wrought and not see the handiwork of the divine? May the gods guide Ratsh as he continues to lead our forces to victory. All hail Sogdia! Let our enemies tremble before the avenging armies that I shall lead against them. Don't finish the mission just yet. I mean, I'm not considering going to war against those two, but let me see. Again, we can evict all of this. it's madness, really, that the Seleucid revolt is gaining a lot of momentum. Thanks to the help of the Bactrian army and the use of mercenaries from all the places that they loot, that they decide to spend their hard-earned money on. Get back to Samarkand. We have this city now, much reduced population because we killed a lot of them. Leftalics live there. There's no way we will embrace Zoroastrianism now because legitimacy down, political influence down. Gotta have more free people who are Zoroastrians in Samarkand, which is one of the following that must be true. And plus, you can't change the deity to something that's Zoroastrian related because it's not listed there. But one of the subjects, however, are Zoroastrians. But that's going to make very little difference due to their small population. Unless we go further deep to there, but we'll be getting territory that's largely of that. It's just there's too many Hellenics. Trying to straighten the legitimacy. Take a look at the court philosopher. You're doing well. Crisis in Bactria. The recent death of the Bactrian ruler has caused a great deal of political disturbance in the country. Eager to take advantage of the situation, numerous lackeys, pretenders, and legitimate claimants to the throne have risen up to bear arms against the newly crowned Basileus. He's a proper Bactrian, but a Hellenic. So as the nation of Bactria is of interest to us, it might be that we can exert certain influences over the more rowdy pretenders in hope of plunging their nation to further turmoil. Well, there's no possible civil war. Off they go again. Remember, I still intend to declare war against them, to take all the land that has not been under control, including Transoxus, where many of our Sogdian people still live there, the non-ritualistic people of Yule. Our Marshal has made plans to convert the whole non-Yule of the proud Talus to our faith, though well-meaning originally, his ideas become surprisingly bloody as time passed, drawing the ire of our high priest, who is already has an agreement with the people of other faiths who live in this city. Oh, hell. No need to go such extremes. I'm trying to be more stable again. Because we want the legitimacy to go back up. Because people are questioning my rule. Well, by people, I mean those who are supporting other pretenders rather than to my son and heir. Thank you. I'm aware of brother Artaxerxes, and there's the other Artaxerxes, my son, who was firstborn. Compare that to me being third. Keep that well in mind. We'll bring these in as feudatories in the future. Don't declare war against Bactria until the aggressive expansion is low enough. And in the meantime, get a claim on Transoxus. Because I do have plans to annex the rest of this country. And also, well, Seleucid Empire first, just to take the rest of Khwarezmia, so we can connect the land, connect the Oxus. Seleucids have occupied Adia Bene. I'm just watching the country, like where's the recent border changes, so we'll know where the action is. Saw a bit of change down there in Sumer. So that's where they are. They just made big gains here. Keep in mind, Persis is with the revolt, but they're not supporting him. Not the Artaxerxes, my brother, but someone else. He was the... So now you're the new... The grand old man of the army, who's suffering from gout, unfortunately. Just let the manpower keep going up, and the money to go up, because I will expand the army, as promised. Uh-oh. That's my brother. You know, I was thinking. I'm a-thinking. Can you imagine that? Deifying myself? I lack the political influence. Yes, it takes a long time, but and I gotta have a popularity at an all-time high. I can see myself like a god. But that's going to require a couple more things, actually. Ugh. Get libraries. That's another thing we got to return to our attention to cities. Give me 2 more libraries over here. Library here. None of you's got a granary. Okay, this is where we'll build a granary here. Raise the taxes, get a little more income. What you should pay more attention is, where do most of the nobles live? But again, it's the nobles that provide the most research points than just the citizens. So let's get this up, so we can build a thing that nobles like. Our Chancellor Mahak has friends outside of far outside our borders. He's trying to use this network to take advantage of our nation. He believes friendship with the war chief of the Khwarezmian revolt could be we use to increase their opinion of us. All we have to do is send some of the welfare. We will try to prove our reputation in the Khwarezmian revolt. Do not care about them. It's temporary. They're not going to exist much longer. Citizen District, Freeman District. I want to have a look at that again. Not like that, you dummy. I'd like to see Samarkand listed as such. This is Citizen District. I was about to say, is there a district for nobles? But it doesn't appear so. Noble district. Ah, here it is. Because that's what we need. Cambodia, what are you doing? Pamir, yeah, sure. Pamir Rebellion, so you want to get to them. I see. We'll bring you all in soon. Yeah. Go kill each other over that little issue we have there. This man's a cuckold, but he's victorious, which ups the monthly popularity. Even though it's the king at the moment, but nevertheless. He's a conqueror and he's victorious, steadfast. He's a bit abrasive, so gives excuse, but he's a pious man. Construction leader. Now it's cheaper to build buildings and it takes less time to get it done. Because I want to make this country great, economically substantial, and lots of defense. So now this is the heartland of the revolt, but they are losing, is the revolt. This shows superiority. I guess they've been losing major battles lately, because they finally took the Babylonian and Sumerian heartland back. Thank you very much. The Noble District. Academic pursuit for more local research points. Even though this actually does more than, well, every little bit helps. I mean, this is provincial level. Okay, let me build. So let's invest this again, which we're going to use that to build an aqueduct, because population is going to keep on growing. Because I told these people to migrate. Many more will be coming in soon. Who are mostly Hellenics. Taiwan's becoming a minority again, which I think it makes a little difference, to be real honest, since we're going to be relying on our armies soon, where levies isn't going to be much of an issue, so I might have to demote those people and perhaps bring up our Bactrian veteran back up. But the Sakkans will remain integrated because they still play an important role. Taiwan over there, not so much as they used to. Alright. Let's bring everybody together. We're going to make all of them feudatories. Well, actually, first, who borders what? That's in terms of distance. You're first. Gotta be careful with the combined number of allies thing. But they're gonna be accepting. Just wait a month. Ooh, just barely. Just gotta let the improved relations thing go to work. Quimo. I may have to send a gift to them. Just to get them on our side. Almost there, we could barely make it out of it. Plus, letting the aggressive expansion go down a bit also helps. Which will also have to start fabricating claims again. Particularly efficient. It has come to our attention that our trusted advisor, that's Ratsh the Marshal, has sometimes been siphoning funds from our treasury into his own pocket for some time. The disappearance of monies collected across Sogdia eventually aroused suspicions, which combined with eyebrow-raising extravagance, such as extremely flattering statues of him being erected, cannot be written off as mere coincidence. Abuse of this kind should and must not be tolerated, lest the entire state apparatus becomes a charade for pursuing and enriching vain aristocrats. The specific punishment is, however, up for debate. That'll make me very popular. All the way, in fact. But I will not become corrupt, but we will imprison him. And we'll have a lot of money out of it. So only a real punisher will deter embezzlers. Plus he's an old man, so it's about time we get some new blood. You're a minor character. Bit loyal. He's a bit ambitious, so keep your eye on him. Now all that money that we just seized from him? Let's use that to build an aqueduct. Okay, there we go. We got him. Now get in here. They will be a feudatory after this. Done and done. You may want to deal with that. Get him harsh treatment. That'll slow him down. There's a way of dealing with that issue because of provincial loyalty. Because quite honestly, difference in culture is actually more important than difference of religion. So you need things that's for cultural assimilation. But obviously these will not do. But population assimilation speed forums will do. It's gonna cost you a lot. It's only one territory. So they ought to turn that around. Now let's fabricate the claim here before we will officially declare war against Bactria, but I still intend to go to war against the Slogates just for Quesmia, which hopefully no harm will come to that. And we will end this episode soon. I mean, it's been quite an episode actually. Goodness. Still unclear what the Civil War is going to be like, but I still feel that we've got to take advantage of this, because they're never going to take the capital because it's separated by Parthia and Tapuria. Get the money. After weeks of nervous looks and smirks of court, the whispers circling the palace finally reached the ears of the king. It seems someone has been spreading rumors and spinning yarns about his unequal prodigy and unfitness for the throne. The damage has been done, and now all look to the king who will deal with the situation. Oh dear. I like to have a little more charisma, so I'll be forgiving. Perhaps I'll change my ways. So, no crime, no barbed insult, or any manner of offense is too great for the clemency of Ratsh. So, my finesse will be reduced, which will make up for it, as I'm trying to get a few perks out of this. And plus, having more charisma helps with the legitimacy issue. Actually, it's popularity than anything else. I'll take the popularity hit. There's a 50% chance I might get forgiving, which I did. So that'll get the tyranny down faster. It's the charisma is what lowers the tyranny. Prove legitimacy again, because I want it back up faster before anything else bad happens. That's what's going on over there. Old Man Ashok. Again, I'm willing to go to war against the Seleucid Empire just to take Khwarezmia and this bit here. Well, maybe just only this. And then we're gonna sit here and wait until we get a peace deal that says, okay, fine, here you go, have Khwarezmia. We don't care anymore. At least the governor's not corrupt. Manpower's at the max, but I want you to keep in mind that this thing regarding triumphal coins, I will get that, but it's coming soon actually, so we will go for these two. Lessen the impact, so do it before the war. Because I still intend to expand the army. So we'll be more self-reliant without having the use of levies. We'll use smaller levies instead of one from Sogdia. All that's going to take up to the army. So now they're taking the provinces back because they took Sogdiana back. So the Seleucid revolt is losing the war, but the capital remains. Bactria's still there to support him, but we'll get Bactria after we get this. Two years and we will begin integration. So that way we can get rid of this. And same for you in future. You're both seconds, so you're an integrated culture, which helps. I could have sworn I thought we had a higher population than that. There's no outgoing migrations. It's just people are not coming in faster, that's all. Is this even the center of learning? Oh, no, no, no. 0.83, 0.80. Despite all the libraries that was built. Yeah, it's due to the libraries. And research from POPs. Do that. Keep civilization up. We'll end the episode as soon as this claim is fabricated, so we'll end it in July. And in that next episode, we will expand the army, finally, and then start what I would consider as a small war for Chalmia and Khwarezmia. And then we hold the objectives and hope that they don't come up. And the rebels have taken Babylonia again. So now it's back on the upswing. What is even going on? It seems the Bactrians are really contributing to all this, and they took a bit of that territory, so it looks kind of deceiving. As you can see, the Zagros mountain range there. Okay, stop right here. We'll spend a little money. More stability. The higher the stability, the more legitimacy that'll go back up. And those pretenders have no choice to start looking this way to support my primary heir, Artaxerxes. He's my only son through unusual circumstance. Still ailing, but you're quite a woman, I guess. That man gets around. So, our king here is a bit questionable, per se, about his preferences in life, and all this. So, in the next episode, we will begin the integration of that, implementing the increasing the size of the army, and we are also about to get a new innovation, which we will go for this, so we can lessen the impact of aggression and expansion each time we fight those kind of ones, especially the future one against Bactria. And we will also get this after we will while we increase the size of the army, which there's plenty of room for it, lots of it in fact. So they will soon learn to fear Sogdia. We hope you people will join us. But until then, so long for now.